Time travel.
You know what? Actually, this could actually that actually might count as a crime.
Huh?
Never mind.
Might have a little bit of a
SSC
concussion.
Radio.
Sponsored.
SSC
Well,
Radio.
not sponsored, but sponsorship.
Radio.
Mom put me on the radio.
Oh.
Then I got fired because I sucked. Welcome to episode 10 of the ABU podcast. I'm Tyler here. I'm your host. I'm here with my lovely co-host. I'm here with Dewan.
Yo.
I'm here with Amanda.
Hola.
And I'm here with Isaiah. Welcome to episode 10, of course. Follow, like, subscribe, do whatever you do. How's everybody doing today? Somebody's got some energy. Amanda, why don't you tell the viewers where you were last week?
Where was last week?
Why you were
Damn,
on
where
the show?
was I last week? Class? What was I last week?
No, you're not
Oh,
serious.
that's right. That's right.
No, you're not serious.
That's right. That's right. Oh, that's right. It took me a second. I was okay. So like last week, I had a little appointment, so had to dedicate time to that. Yeah, you're talking about like last episode, right?
Yeah.
Why I went? Yeah, the appointment. Had to take care of some things.
Let's get into today's discussion, shall we?
Woo!
Today's discussion: W versus, I don't know if it's a backwards L, but L. Friendship.
You're supposed to see the backwards L. You're supposed to see the backwards L so that they see the right hand.
Oh.
Which
Just
L.
L with your right hand.
Oh.
Okay, you see how I'm
L.
giving you an L with your right hand. You can read this as an L, right? You can read that normally.
Is this a L?
Right.
Is this an L on camera?
Yes.
L. Friendships.
L.
Now,
This
I
is a
do
better
have
one.
the questions, but it's on my phone,
W.
which is over there. So while I'm getting the questions,
L.
take it away, Amanda.
Oh, with what?
Jesus
The question.
Christ.
I'm sorry. It's not my day today. It's not my day today.
I'm pulling up the questions. My phone's on the charger, so just
Oh.
telling them about, W and L friendships. Why? The questions real quick.
Do you have a good friendship? That's great. Keep doing that. If you don't, damn, that's tough.
All right, man, you're struggling. Hold on. So I have a few questions right here about W. Well, the title for this episode is "Listen Here, Young Me," right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about WL friendships and all that, and then throughout today, we're gonna try to give advice to, if you could give advice to your younger self, what would it be about friendships in general? Boom. So I can start the conversation. I can start with the first question. What's your definition of a good and a bad friendship? Amanda.
Oh, okay. So a good friendship. Okay, put it this way. If you walk away a conversation after talking to your friend and you feel negative, maybe that's just not the friendship for you. If you walk away the conversation feeling all right, or feel like there was a bonding moment, or you feel better, or you feel, neutral, then that's a good friendship. And then whatever, because everyone's definition of friendship is different. So as long as you feel good being around the person, but if you feel like you don't, or like you feel like this thing's that upset you, yeah, maybe that's not a good friendship. If it happens a lot, because you could always argue with somebody and still be their friend. But if you keep on arguing with them and it's not giving good, but yeah, they're your friend, maybe not. So yeah.
I feel like another aspect of good friendships is being able to understand them.
Oh yeah,
Being able
for
to
sure.
understand certain things, and just being able to sense that say you're in a situation, right? Or yeah, say there's a situation happening, and it's your friend arguing with somebody else, you should be able to give them like advice that that'll help them in a positive way. And what I mean by that is like, say your friend is arguing with somebody else, like some advice you would give them is like, oh, like not like do what's best for you, but like, oh, um, like give them advice that will help them in the long run, not just in that short time span. Like, having a good mindset for that friend and be able to help them through any situation.
And that also goes for the other friends as well too,
Yeah,
because some people just don't know how to give advice. So if you go to somebody you know that they don't give good advice, don't be upset when you get something that's crappy. Well, that doesn't fit you. So it goes for the other person as well.
yeah, that's true. What about you, Zay? What's your definition of a good and bad friendship?
A good friendship is probably one that can help me grow because there's people that can make you feel good, but they don't help you grow. They don't do anything for you. There's a difference between people you can like hang out with and then people that you know you can actually do life with. Like there's people that I would start a business with, and there's others that I just invite out for dinner. You know, besides understanding and being able to have a good conversation and feel good about it. I feel like this one can help you grow, and also if a friendship, if you come away from the friendship, if you like, when I say come away, like if, for example, if you guys go your separate ways, you go away. If you come away from an experience within that friendship, being able to learn something, then I feel like it's a lot better than just hanging out with the same person. You just like like you aren't helping. The person isn't helping you, or you're not helping the person get anywhere. You know, like there's nothing fruitful from that. So I feel like that's a W friendship. An L friendship is somebody, or an L friendship is just a friendship where neither person is willing to tell, you know, their friend, what they need to hear,
Like the honest truth.
instead of just saying like what they want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I feel like that's big on friendships, being able to say the honest truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because, oh my fault.
No, it's okay.
I was just gonna say like one big thing about friendships is just being keeping it 100 and being honest. So if you feel like you can't be honest with that one person, you gotta think like, is that really a good friendship or like a friendship you want if you're not able to be honest with that one person?
Mm-hmm. And like another thing about our friendship is kind of like lack of respect. Like one thing is like I understand jokes. I understand people can say things, whatever, right? But if there's somebody that I consider my friend, I wouldn't want you saying certain things to me. Certain things I wouldn't joke about either. You know, like I wouldn't joke about things that can become real life, really quickly. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't joke about. Okay, so for example, um, when I was younger, me and my friends used to go to the deli together. I mean, obviously, but that's like a thing to be all say that.
Mm-hmm.
But we would all go and we would buy our own stuff. And sometimes, if there's one person in the group that didn't have enough money, they'd have something, but they didn't have enough. And everybody, including me a few times, I don't know, I can't exclude myself, would call this person Brokey. And then that'd be the name. Brokey, 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 Brokey. And then over time, like, you start realizing, like, this is not cool because, it's number one, it's not really funny anymore. And it's like, it could be, like, slowly affecting somebody, like, gradually. They could think it's a joke until they're past that. Then it's not a joke anymore. They're really thinking, like, okay, do they see me this way? You know? So, there's certain things I wouldn't say. You know what I mean?
Certain things you wouldn't joke about.
Those are like I wouldn't say or joke about period because that can take away from the person. And I wouldn't want to take. I wouldn't want to say something that takes away from my friend. Right? Like if I know somebody's struggling with something, unless I know without a doubt that they're not gonna get through with that, I'll support them. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I'm not gonna do is give them false hope, but I'm also not gonna be the person that's like not a hater, but like I'm not gonna be pessimistic because in situations like that, the person is already a pessimist. I don't want to add to that because a person who's dealing with something negative, all it takes like 1,000 supporters to have the same impact as one hater.
Yeah.
Like really think about like any bad situation you've been in, and like you're like you have your family, you have your friends tell you everything's gonna be alright. You see that one post on Insta, or like you see that one, or you have that one hater that messages you like, nah, you ain't shit, like you like whatever happens, like basically speaking on the negative. That's gonna like that's gonna sink in a lot deeper than the support. I mean, obviously, you're gonna want to value them just as much, but like it's gonna hit the same. So I would I would try and support the person as much as possible, as realistically as possible. But I feel like that's also another W trait, like just being realistic. You know, because it's one thing to like I mean personally, there's probably a different term for it, but I just call it like stationary like dream chasing, where you and your friends can sit down and talk about a whole day about like all the things you want to do, but you don't make any like dents. You don't make any dents on the goals or anything like that. You know, like for example, it's like two 21-year-olds who don't have the driver's license yet.
Slow down.
I'm not targeting you, bro. If you feel offended, listen, alright, my fault, but I'm not saying anything. Calm down.
Oh damn.
Calm down.
That was too good.
If anything, I would have said two to ones looking at each other in the mirror saying, I want to get this driver's license. But I didn't say that.
You have your license?
I have my learner's permit.
Yes.
Two 25-year-olds. Are you 25? Alright.
Are you 25?
So,
No.
two 25-year-olds sitting down talking to each other, talking about all the businesses they want to start, all the things they want to own. But they're not, making any moves towards them.
Dreamers.
Like, it's one thing, it's like, I feel like that's an L friendship in itself because you're both locked in that dream state. You're not really like,
Pushing each other.
you're not pushing each other to do anything. Like, personally, if I was in a, like, especially, I mean, if we're gonna talk about things goal based, like, especially within my major. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, no one's pushing each other. It shouldn't be. It should be something that, like for example, like within my major, like we all have different aspirations, but there's similar routes of getting there, right? And I'm not gonna lie, it can get very egotistical. It can get really messy. In terms of like, for example, if somebody hears about somebody else's grades or somebody hears about somebody else's goals, somebody's always gonna have an opinion, no matter what. It's so dumb, because like half these people end up having career changes anyway. So it's like I'm saying all that to say like I try to push the people around me. If they have a goal, if they have a specialty in mind, go for it no matter what. Everything's a process. It's gonna take forever, regardless. So might as well, put all your effort towards something that you're actually gonna like. And I'm saying there's no judgment. If it takes you, if it takes you 4 tries to get into med school, it took you 4 years. Okay, you got into med school. Nobody can tell you anything. There's 50-year-olds out there getting into med school. There's 60-year-olds becoming. I don't even understand how that works because the retirement plan is looking kind of crazy. But there's people doing that. You know what I'm saying? There's people who had like other careers out there, and there's this thing. There's just like this train of thought, this idea that you're supposed to do everything and be everything while you're young. You're supposed to be something. It's not like you can never be nothing. Like you're gonna be something as long as you really want to, and as long as you have the right people around you to support you to do that. So that's what I try to be within my major. Because I know I struggle the same way that people do, and I'm not gonna like speak like I'm like I'm like the smartest person in my major because I'm saying I always have like room to improve. Everybody has different strengths. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like that's like the aspects of like W and L friendship. Basically, just to grow, to learn. Um, and if they're not pushing you enough or not saying what you need to hear, then that's a L friend. I mean, I also feel like generosity is a thing because like you can be very selective with it, but you can choose to be very selective with it, but like being able to be like, all right, you know, I have this, I have this much, and somebody would like to have this much of that, and it's like, am I gonna expect to get that back? I don't know, but am I still gonna give it to them anyway? Some people can do that. Me personally, I'm working on that in certain aspects, you know. But I feel like generosity is also another thing. If you can share that within a friendship, or any kind of relationship for that matter, then it's also a really good thing as well. Because like there's people out there like I'm saying like like besides my family, like regardless of my family, there's people out there right now. Like I have friends where if they had called me, if they had called me, it doesn't really matter. If they had called me 4 a.m., 3 a.m. and said, "Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm in a bad situation. I need some blood now." You know what I'm saying? I mean, not only because I can actually do that, but because like you know, if it came to it, I would do that. And I feel like everybody needs to have friends that would be willing to do, the most for them. And also, some people need people in their lives that were willing to look out for them more than they are willing to look out for themselves in certain cases as well. Because there's certain aspects of your life where you might neglect, where somebody else might not neglect on their own. They might see that and be like, "Yo, listen, you need to be on top of this because this is what it can do for you." Because it's those people that have like the greatest interests at heart for you.
Boom. What about y'all two?
I mean, I already said mine.
You did?
Yeah, I said mine.
He said,
That's
he said
right.
the-
That's right.
he
What
said the
about you?
understand.
What about you? W
Yeah.
L friendship.
Like, what's your personal definition of a W and a L friendship?
So y'all, so y'all be calling me out on my like BS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I do something stupid, y'all call me out. And then, like same situation. Well, not similar as Zay, right? So I had a like friend group out of middle school into high school. I always had money. They didn't. So like we go to play ball at the park. I'd be the one like buying the food type stuff, right? So one day like we went out to talk to them Busters, and they had said a comment, and it pissed me off. So my mom's, I think I told you this, but my mom stopped me from punching the dude in the face.
You did tell me this, yeah.
It's like that brought out the worst in me, and my mom's never seen that side of me.
Wait, so like, he said something about you, or he said something about your
But my
friend?
mom has a nickname for me, and he kept saying it.
Oh,
I felt
you
that.
can't say
He
the
knows- he
nickname.
knows
You
that it
cannot
pissed
say the
you off?
nickname.
I felt that.
And he kept on doing it.
I don't know if
knowing
you know it
that-
pissed me off, but I kept telling him that, like,
That happened to me one time. The nickname thing.
So now
Ooh.
we on the train going back. I'm texting her. I'm like, if I punch him in the face, like everything gonna be so. She's telling me no. So then, dude moved away. I'm chilling. Then he comes back. And we hung out. Then went
You
back
hung up with him after?
just to handle. Well, it
Oh,
wasn't
to
even
handle the
beef. It wasn't
situation.
even beef, but they just that. I punched him. I felt good after that.
Oh, so you guys like met.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Then he went back to. He moved back. So then he came back for the summer. I texted him. I'm like, he back. What am I gonna do? He said, don't hang out. So I texted him. I said, we can't hang out. Peace.
So you can hang out. Peace.
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 Peace out.
Shoot. I mean, well, while we're telling stories, that's kind of like the next question was like, oh, do you have like an example or a story of a W and an L friendship? So, Amanda, you said something like that happened to you. Please do tell the class.
I, I never had an L friendship. I had friendships that went sour.
I'll take that.
So it's kind of like at one point it really was genuine. It was a good time, and then stuff happens, and it's just like, now I kind of don't like you anymore. Not
What?
that it's too much. It's too much of a long story, but
We got time.
nah, I'm not gonna go into the details. I've said
Not
it
going
so
into
many
details.
times, but nah, I'm not gonna go into details. But long story short, like I had to cut off for like a friendship of like more, almost a decade. So that was hard, but I had to do what I had to do. But it was a really good friendship. I'm not gonna lie. You can sit down and miss a friendship, like it's fine, even if it went bad. But you just can't forget, what people do, even at how long ago or how dumb it was. You just gotta remember how it affected you at the time. But yeah, I say that was a good example. But besides that, other things went sour, but those people never really had an effect. I mean, I've grown up. I don't think if I was to give my younger self advice on friendships.
Bro, yo, you
Oh, that
skipping
we
that.
didn't.
Hey,
Oh, wait. That's
calm
the last
down.
That's
question.
not till the
Calm
end
down.
My
of the
apologies.
episode.
Okay, so that's basically my story. I was about to go off, but that was basically my
Have
story.
mercy, Amanda.
I've had really good friendships. Some of them just went sour. Never really went into an L friendship where I knew the person was bad. Usually I don't make a friend if I already feel like there's already something going between. Like what the hell? Like no, if I don't like your energy, I'm not even starting off with that. So yeah, I never really walked into a L friendship. Usually, if I see like a group that's giving too much going on, I step away and then let that handle its thing in its natural course. And then that's probably when I walk in, like, hey guys, how you doing? But other than that, never been in a starting off L friendship.
Gotcha,
Yep.
gotcha. I mean, with me, I have an example of a friendship that was good, but then went sour, turned into an L friendship, moved from a W to an L. So it was in middle school. I had this friend. I'm not gonna name drop, but I had a friend. Um, we we became friends off of so like in middle school there was this thing where it was like boys versus girls, all that, and like me and this other kid became friends through that because like we were both guys, so of course we were gonna like become friends and some stuff like that. So we became friends. Everything was fine. Everything was chilling. Da, 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 da. But then strapped in. So this was around the time that most of my grade just started using like social media, like Instagram,
Mm.
Facebook, all that, right? And I had a Facebook account. I had a Facebook
You started
account.
off with Facebook, man?
No, I started off with what? Facebook, man?
Yeah. No.
What?
No, I said man. I said, oh, you started off
Oh, I
with
thought I
Facebook,
heard
man?
Facebook gram.
No.
I'm like, I don't know what social media that is.
Damn, yeah,
No.
Facebook back then.
I started off with Instagram,
Oh, okay.
and through that, I then
Oh, the
hopped to
Facebook account. 'Cause
Yeah.
the Lincoln got it.
I linked it, and then I created a Facebook account, and then I got on Facebook.
Okay.
So, um, I'm gonna keep the story brief because that's a lot of stuff to get into. I don't have the mental capacity for that. But long story short, this my quote unquote friend somehow, some way, hacked into my Facebook account.
What?
And was
Yeah.
he was texting other people through my grade as me, saying the craziest stuff that I could fathom. one example was there was two people in my grade. They was in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
My friend knew that I had a crush on the girl, but I never did anything because I respect for the guy because that was my bro. So I didn't. I never did anything. I
Uh-huh.
kept it, kept it casual, kept it professional. When he hacked into my Facebook account, he was texting the girl, saying like, crazy, like saying crazy stuff as me. Now, mind you, also, the two people in the relationship and me was on the track team. So one day I noticed that like she's not really like talking to me or acknowledging me, and the dude is just giving me the craziest side eye or look, and I'm just sitting there.
Oh, what's going on?
I'm like, what, was it something I said? Like what I
It
do?
really was something you said.
Yeah, but I didn't say it. That's the thing. Like I didn't know what the problem was and stuff like that until the next day, recess. Somebody had told me, and they was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna say his name, but like, oh, da da da, wants to fight you." And I'm like, fight? I'm like, for what? I'm like, fight me for what? And he's like, oh, what you said to his girl on Facebook. I'm like, I beg your pardon? And
What?
then he's like, bro, you texted his girl on Facebook. I'm like, no, I didn't. And he's like, yo, bro. And he showed me a screen because there's screenshots floating around. So he showed me a screenshot. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, that's my account, but that's not me. So I'm like, I'm trying to tell you, but I'm like, yo, that's not me. That's not me. I put on everything. That's not me. And like, oh, who is it then? I'm like, I don't know. So I'm sitting there. I research. I'm like, yo,
Did you get into your account? Like, were you
I
able
got
to?
back into my account, but I was trying to figure out who did this, and it's only until I started putting puzzle pieces together and noticing some of the words they was using, I was like,
Oh,
I was like,
keywords.
say it ain't so. So like there was like a whole like little like seventh, eighth grade group chat type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they was talking about it in there. Mind you, I'm in it. That friend is in my friend was in it too. So then I'm like, yo, that wasn't me. And then I added him. I was like, yo, I know it was you. Cause you're the only person that would use this specific word. Can't say the word, but just
You can spell it.
it's the word that begins with an N. That's
No,
all
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
say.
listen, count. Listen.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say the word.
There's a lot of words that clear with the N.
Like, heard you.
um. So, yeah. So he's the only person that really used that word. So I said that, and then he texted me personally, and he was like, "Oh, so you accusing people now?" I'm like, "Yo, bro, nobody else is here. It's just you and me. Why don't you just tell me why you did it?" And then he was like, "Yo, bro, you're pathetic, la la la,"
Wow.
and stuff like that. We had a whole argument, and then at the end of the argument, I'm guessing he just got tired and was just straight upset. He was like, "Yo, bro, I'm a dead fight you tomorrow when I see you in the morning and stuff like that."
Morning fight.
So
is so funny.
I'm like, "Word, you want to fight in the morning?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it, bro." So then the rest of the night was basically him trying to go off
Let's
on
do
me
it.
in the group chat. I'm not saying nothing because I'm mentally preparing myself for the beating I'm gonna give this guy tomorrow. So the next morning
Can you
comes.
like give us like a visual, like what he looks like, height wise and all that stuff?
Height wise,
'Cause you guys were obviously short
Height-wise-
back then.
like your height.
My height?
Your height. Uh,
Wait, for what? For middle school?
middle school.
Okay.
Well, yeah. He hasn't grown since, but yeah. And then he had glasses. That's pretty much all I can say without like giving like a big.
No, I just wanted to know like.
Height wise, he was your height.
Okay.
So the next morning comes, and I get there bright and early, and I'm ready. Mentally, I'm ready. I'm like, this is the moment that I've been waiting for. Because everybody thinks I'm a chump, and I'm out to show them I ain't no chump. So I'm standing there and I'm ready. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm waiting for him to come. I'm gonna wait for him because when he come, it's lit. And then he comes. He comes. He doesn't say a word. He just comes in, immediately drops his bag. I'm like, yes, this is what. Yes. I'm like, let's go. And then and then he's like, come on, make the first move. Make the first move.
No, not the first
I'm
move.
like, yes, we ready to fight? So then I walk up. I walk up to him. I'm like, want to make the first move? He's like, yeah. So I keep it light at first. I keep it light.
Oh, so you guys actually what?
I pushed him.
So you actually what?
I pushed him. I pushed him. I'm like, I give him a push. I want to see what he's gonna do. So I gave him a push. I gave him a push. He came straight at me. I'm like, oh yeah. He came straight at me. And you know he's doing his little swing. I hope he's not watching this, but he just. Well, I mean, we're cool now, and we laugh at the situation. But I'm just gonna give you a visual.
At the time.
So
at the time.
he's swinging, right? Mind you, you know my height, my height, but a little bit shorter,
Okay.
and he's swinging. The man is swinging like this. So it was kind of easy for me to dodge it. All I do is just a step back and then a bang, right? So then I'm doing my swings. He's doing his swings, and and then this one kid
Oh my
from
God.
from another school that we was cool with, um, he comes out of nowhere and pushes my friend away. So then now my friend and everybody else thought that I called backup because I thought I couldn't beat him. Mind the
Wow.
entire time I'm saying I didn't tell him to be here. I could have handled you myself, but I didn't tell him to be here. And then teachers came, broke it up. I was going. He was still outside. I went upstairs because they brought me upstairs. Homeboy comes in, mad as hell, through the doors, talking about, oh, you couldn't fight me on your own. I'm like, shut up. I could have beat you on my own. I didn't know he was there. So then,
You try to prove your case, boy.
and then I get
Damn.
upstairs, and mind you, I explained to everybody that I never sent those texts. I explained that to everybody. I still got everybody coming upstairs talking about, why did you fight him? Why did you fight him? What do you mean, why did I fight him?
Hey.
I didn't say the word.
Oh.
I said I TT. Well, anyways,
Oh yeah. Oh, you're itchy all of a sudden.
yeah. Anyways,
Censored. Beep. Continue.
I lost my train of thought. Where was I?
You were talking about how. Oh, I lost my train of thought.
Oh no! I remember. Everybody was telling me, asking me why I fought it. They was on his side, and I'm like, you see, that's why I'm not cool with none of you. Even though y'all saw everything that happened, I told y'all everything that happened. Y'all are still on his side. I was like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Because at the end of the day, I know what happened, and I know who got the whipping that day.
It's fine.
So it's okay. I'm like,
It's
it's
fine.
okay. And then they brought us into the dean's office. They asked us what happened, stuff like that. I told them everything. He told them everything. And then what was the
Did he
suspension
admit to
that
it,
was
or he
given?
says that how you were?
He didn't admit to it, but I gave enough evidence for them to know
It was
to
basically
believe my side of the
yeah.
story. So then, for fighting, they suspended us both, but they suspended him for longer because of everything he did. He got suspended for 5 days. I got suspended for 3. And then
Wait, what day did you have to go back during the week, or you got?
no, I stayed at home. I was not coming back there. I'd beat him up again. But that all that happened, and we wasn't cool for like 2 months. And you see, now I remember something. Oh, yo, so there was this girl, right? I'm not gonna say her name, but there was this girl
Okay.
that we both didn't like. Like we thought she was annoying,
Mm-hmm.
right? And stuff like that. So then, mind you, that whole fight thing happened, all that, and then literally, like I'm gonna say like a couple weeks later, I find out homeboy got into a relationship, right? And you'll never guess who he got into a relationship with.
The girl you had.
The girl we did not
Oh,
like.
the good.
And I'm like, and I'm just
Wow.
sitting there, I'm like, ain't it crazy how the world works, bro? Because you're the same person that was telling me you never, ever in your life go after that. And then 2 weeks later, oh,
That is
I
so
love you,
funny.
baby. Like,
Listen. You never know, honestly.
Like, you never know. Like, I was so shocked, but I also wasn't shocked at the same time because I'm like, of course. I'm like, of course.
I know
So
so many
like
guys that do that.
yeah, like that friendship turned into an out friendship so quickly. But we got over it. We said our condolences, and now today we're cool to this day. Actually, we made a song together. Actually,
Wow.
That's
so
crazy.
All
I'm
that.
telling you,
That's crazy.
Bridget,
That's your next song for real.
I'm telling you,
That's your next song that you'd ever do with him. Just be like crazy story part like or like
yo,
Birdie
that'd
because
be crazy.
there's mad crazy stories out there.
You should make a song out of that with him.
Imagine like a rock wave type song.
Like a storytelling kind of song.
Where
Rap too.
it reminds you of that one song. It's like a speaker knocking. Rest in peace.
Nah, for real.
The Rico story. One of my favorite songs, bro. That song crazy, bro. Oh my god. But that's enough of me talking because I just went on a rant, low key.
Mm.
I'm getting it success.
Nah, really, it's calm. It's calm. It's calm.
That was calm. You got an example of it? I think you gave me an example of the F friendship.
My elf friend. Oh, that, but.
As your own personal experience.
Mm, mm.
Mm.
Let me dig up the dirt of all the people who got me wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm not saying that no one has done me wrong before. Just like a lot of that stuff I let go. So it's kind of hard to remember now.
Yeah, felt that.
Definitely.
I can't even remember because a lot of the friends that I had before, I have a decent amount still now.
Mm.
Um,
Oh.
third grade.
Oh.
Oh.
Time travel.
You know what? Actually, this actually that actually might count as a crime.
Huh?
Never mind. You're gonna have to cut me even saying
No,
that
this is
out.
what counts.
Just leave it at third grade.
You know what? I could put the intro clip as just this may count as a crime. And I'll just reacting. So do you not want to say because it might count as a
No, for real, it might count as a crime.
Okay.
okay? So
But I
then
didn't care.
do you want to move
No.
on to the next question or
I should have.
next
Next
question?
question.
All right. Okay. All right. So next question: was it ever your fault a friendship went bad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
I
one
don't
that
regret
laughed
any of
goes
it.
first.
I feel like we should let Amanda explain this
Sinister laugh.
after that laugh that
Nah,
just
I don't regret any of it. If it was meant to end, it was meant to end.
So
Nah,
you don't
but
remember
yeah.
any of it?
I mean, usually I'm not the. How do I explain it? I mean, I get along with a lot of people. I do have like, when it comes to friendships, not everybody can be my friend, but not everybody is a friend. But some people could be a friend. But like, you know, what I mean? Like, there's tiers.
What?
No,
So
I
it's
hear you.
like,
I hear you.
so it's like acquaintances. It's like, yeah, we could call each other friends,
Okay,
but then
yeah,
we're
yeah.
not really friends, but we cool. Like, there's people in my life that I'm just cool with. There's people in my life that I'm just acquaintances. And some people don't know the definition of friend. But yeah, you my friend,
I
you
thought that's the
cool.
same thing though. Cool and acquaintances. I thought that's the same
No,
thing.
it's
Though.
not.
No, I say acquaintances is more like, oh, hi, and cool is like, nah, we actually like have conversation. Friends is like, I
Every day,
want,
though.
for example, like we're all friends, right? Anything below that would be cool. Anything below cool would be acquaintance. And then anything above like that friends would be like an extreme kind of friendship, like a deep friendship.
I get it.
You know?
I get
I
it.
go based off of, like the actual like word definition.
Mhm.
Of, like
Yeah.
becoming acquainted with something, becoming acquainted to somebody.
Yeah, nah, I don't go by that. It's
That's
just
what I'm
like
saying.
whatever
Like
I
an
feel
acquaintance,
like.
I can have a conversation with, but I don't really like. I don't. That's not that deep to me.
Mm.
Cool is like a high and by thing. Like we're cool. It's flip for me, but
Mm.
hey, I don't write
I
definitions.
mean, yeah. And on top of that, I could literally just have a conversation with somebody, and all of a sudden I'm their friend. I'm like, oh, you're my friend, and I'm your friend. Okay, cool, that's awesome. And I guess form a friendship through that. But the times where things didn't go well, well, either that I was just solely distance, or if things actually happened, then it would be a both people kind of thing. Whereas like you did things wrong, because you did something wrong, I had a reaction to it, and my reaction, I don't regret it. So we can't talk anymore. So it's giving. Yeah, I have ended some friends, like did bad things, but it's just out of reaction, and it's can't really blame somebody for reacting, but you can only like learn from it. But
You learn from
everything happens
reactions.
for a reason, so it's like,
Everything happens for a reason.
yeah. But it's not like I act, irrationally. There's always reasoning and thought behind everything I do. So, especially when it comes to friendships, because, sorry, relationships is something I value deeply. So yeah.
So you said it was your fault one time.
A few times because of distance. Like I would just be carrying on my life, and I don't say anything for
That's the same for me.
like a few days, a few weeks, and sometimes, um, more often than not, I'm not saying that like I would say like if I was to put a percentage on it, 65% of the time, um, I like the dynamic in my friendships are usually people who like are people who are more like they go based off like they're higher maintenance than me. I'm a very low maintenance friend. You know, not like low maintenance in the sense where like if we talk if we talk every month, as long as that conversation is good, like really good, and we lock in, I'm saying we enjoy the time or whatever. That's common enough for me. That's fine. But I'm not low maintenance in the sense that like you could just purposely put me on the back burner and then um just like one or two words and then that's it. I mean, like you wouldn't really get a reaction out of me because I'm gonna carry on with my life. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna understand that that's what it was. Um, but that's what happens. I'm just doing my life, and sometimes I'm like, oh wait, I forgot to respond, and now it's been 2 weeks. And then one time that happened, and they were like, I'm sorry, who is this? Okay. I was like, all right, cool.
I got you.
I was really like, oh, okay. And then that was the last thing I ever said because I was
Calm.
like, yeah, no. And they're still trying to find out who it is. And it's just like, it's calm. You did it, I know it.
Wow.
You know. But there was another thing. There's another thing where I've been at the end of a friendship because um I've just been too mean, or like sometimes I just be too I be too blunt with things. Like I've lost a friendship because I told somebody that they're dealing with something that could have been solved a while ago.
That's a real advice though.
I was like, you really, honestly, really could have just been over this a while ago. And it's not like I didn't say how, because that would be disrespectful to saying like, oh, you could have been over this a while ago. I want to see what you're talking to me about this. Told them how, and then they were like, honestly, I feel like you're not really understanding me and stuff like that. You're being disrespectful. And then it drew a line. I was like, okay, things like that.
Mm.
But I don't know. Besides that, I can't really think of another thing that I've lost a friendship over. Probably besides like something petty in like elementary school because I didn't let somebody use like a lead pencil, like one of the mechanical pencils, or like
Hey, listen, man. Them things used to
Bro.
make friendships real, bro.
Why you
because like
sound
And
you
then
about to
feel
cry,
mine.
bro?
Huh?
So you like getting emotional.
I've been through some stuff.
nah, let me tell you,
I used to
my
have the
school,
nice ones too. They'd be like, "Can I use it?" No, no.
my school used to have like used to have like a trading system, and like each of these mechanical pencils had like a market value kind of thing, and kids would bring money. Like if your stock was booming, if you had good pencils, I'll run you $5 for that. For 10 pencils,
That's
I'll
bad.
run you $7 for that. You know, and like if you had the see this is how honestly this is kind of scamming, and it's like,
I
I'm
used to
sorry.
scam.
All right, listen.
No, I'm just playing.
No, you're not playing.
Elementary?
No, you're not playing. So, so,
Oh, some Capri Suns.
so, um, if the mechanical pencils had like the sparkles on them,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
so you said
I know what you're talking
the
about.
same reaction you have was the same reaction the girls had there. I'm telling you, they'd be
Got
broke.
him.
They would be broke.
Would have me,
They'd be
man.
broke.
Sparkles? I need that.
And then
What?
the ones without the sparkles that like kind of like the pastel colors and stuff like that. The guys would take. When there was this one kind of pencil. It's like a shorter mechanical pencil, but it was a zebra. And I don't know, it was just something about it. And everybody was like, "Yo, this thing just looks aesthetic. I need it."
The zebra pen. That's
Yeah.
not funny.
I'll show you.
A zebra is so aesthetic.
Something about it just looks so aesthetic to 10-year-olds, and we're just like, "Hey,
You didn't sell stuff? When you was
we
at
need that."
elementary?
Gum.
You used to sell gum?
Yeah, I always have.
I used to sell my
candy
snacks.
from
My mother used to pack me mad good snacks. I was like, open it. I had like the entire thing. I was one of those kids. And I had like, you know, a whole thing, little bites, everything.
Mm.
But yeah, I used to sell them for like 50 cents. So I used to be balling. Oh, I used to be balling. Especially at summer camp, forget about it. Because all they had was chocolate milk and carrots. And the
Oh,
nasty
yes, you
sandwiches,
definitely
the
make
white bag
Chocolate
things. So I
milk
wasn't,
and carrots?
yeah.
But it's just school and some camps not. So
In
you
public
know.
school, they used to
Huh?
serve like the public school bags. You
No,
know?
I know,
Catholic
but
school
like
too.
that was your favorite thing.
I mean, Catholic school, but I'm talking about summer camp. I did summer camp,
Oh,
in,
yeah.
you know, in the Y, but. Ooh, I used to make money. I got in trouble though. I got caught. I used to have too many loose change.
You know, like remember
Oh,
those
what?
cartons?
No,
That was
literally.
breakfast though.
Like one was apple juice, one was orange juice. one
Oh
was
my
grape.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was your favorite out of those?
Okay,
Mine was
okay.
apple.
Frozen?
It was the cartons of juices,
Okay.
apple, orange, and grape.
If
The
they
red
were
one.
frozen and went in that
Grape
freezer
one.
for a minute, the orange one, the orange juice went crazy. Apple juice, regular drink.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, for regular drink. If it's frozen,
Regular-
then I'd,
yeah.
say I'd rather orange. Nobody.
Oh,
drinks
you
grape.
said
I
so.
did.
I used
You
to
done grape?
love it when I
Yeah.
used
I
to
think
find
grape
the
when there was nothing else. I drank.
Oh, yeah.
Grape, yeah, right.
If there was nothing else,
I wasn't like crying for it.
You wanna know what I couldn't stand? The fruit cups. Them things were
What you
nasty. Nasty. The fruit cups with the little wooden spoon. You know what I'm talking
The
about?
They were
icy.
frozen.
Is it icy? Well, it's basically a fruit cup. It's mad fruit in it. It had like chunks of fruit in it. No, it's like the
You
icy
didn't like
thing.
those?
The icy thing that was like fruit in
You
it.
didn't like those?
No, I could not stand them.
No, you had to
like
just.
those, really?
You know what I'm talking about though,
Yeah,
right?
I thought they
it's
were pretty
icy.
good.
Yeah, it's like an icy
calm.
fruit thing.
They
It's a
were
fruit.
they were like a calm snack.
Yeah,
They came
they
between-
were
I did not
you didn't
like
those
them.
for real?
it was like
Had to make
I
it
did
well.
not
Why
like
did you
them.
like them the school lunches?
What? I didn't eat. I had my own school lunch.
Oh,
So why you complain?
But listen, for public school, I'm not gonna lie, the chicken sandwiches go crazy. Just the patty. Just
Just a pad.
the patty. Forget the bread. Just the patty.
everything away.
They weigh just the
The
patty.
way they would. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I used to fight. I'm like, you want that? You want that? You want that? And the mozzarella sticks, forget about
Now
it.
when they used to have chicken
Mozzarella
wings,
sticks. We used to have fish sticks. We used to have like actual nuggets. We used to have the breakfast used
we
to
had
go.
the square
The
pizzas.
breakfast used to go stupid.
I
The
like-
bagel pizzas, bro.
No, I like
Yes,
it.
yes,
The
bro.
bagel pizzas.
The bagel
Used to go
pizza used to go
crazy.
crazy. As
used
oh
to
my
go
gosh, that's a
On a
throwback.
Friday. On a Friday. I
No,
walk
for
into
me,
the
it was a chicken
cafeteria, you
sandwich.
can smell the bagel. I'm like, yo, I'm
Oh my
first in
God.
this line. Nobody gonna move.
No,
I
the
used to
chicken
go
sandwich
around
is
asking
so
you-
good.
I used to be walking like the mafia. I'd be like, yo, y'all, you want that?
No,
You
bro,
want
you
that?
want that? You want that?
You want that?
You
I'll
go to-
trade you this for that pizza.
Nah, I
So
used
my
to eat
favorite
my own
foods.
school lunch, my own lunch, and then go go on that
I
line.
see why they didn't teach us business in school because we was conducting it.
No, for real.
Like,
It's enough if you can't refuse.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to when I was younger. If I found out it was like the chicken patty, I used to sell my stuff and it still go on the line. I would tell people just bring 50 cents and whoever
You
comes
had
to
to
me first
pay?
comes to me. Hell yeah, they had to pay for my little bites. What you mean? And my Capri Sun. And my snacks. My Welch's snacks. They had to pay. Ooh, I was balling back then. Y'all don't understand.
50 cents.
That's when my piggy bank started.
Taxing for school lunches.
yeah.
No, not school lunch. My own lunch. I was selling my
Oh, they
own
asked for
personal
your own.
lunch, my
You
snacks and
sold your
stuff.
personal lunch just to get cafeteria
No,
food?
I'm telling you, if I found out it was a certain day though, like if I knew I was
So
gonna
why
get
don't you
those
just go
mozzarellas and
online?
stuff, because people would give me the money, they would go online, give me the extra stuff, and I'll be feasting, and they'll feast on my snacks.
Oh, so you
I used
pay
to
them
have
to go
mad
online
snacks.
for you.
No, I went online too. I just got extra food.
I
They
want to
would
say
trade the
something,
food.
but I can't say it on camera.
I know it's
Wait,
weird.
wait till after the
It's
pod.
kind of crazy,
Wait till
but
after the
like
pod.
I had my own hustle. If I found out it was a certain day, I was like, you know what? I don't even want my food
Wait,
for
hold on.
real.
Okay, so you would bring your own lunch,
Yes.
and you also go online and get your own cafeteria food,
Yeah.
and then other kids would pay you for that.
For my
your.
home lunch, yes.
So you'd give away your home lunch.
Yes.
Just to get more cafeteria food.
Because they'll go online and get that as a
So you
training
didn't have
too.
any of your.
So then
you,
not
you
only do
didn't
they
eat
pay
your
me, they give me
personal
more
lunch.
food. Huh?
So you didn't eat your personal lunch.
Some days no. If I really wanted that school lunch, because sometimes it was like at home food 2 times, so it's like, oh, you know, I don't feel like eating this today. I feel like eating something different, so I used to just trade.
Okay, she's saying that she as payment.
You don't
As
get
payment.
it?
As
No,
payment.
I'm just
We-
trying to understand why you sold your personal lunch to get more cafeteria food.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay.
I had my own lunch. I had Welch's
I'm
snacks. I had double of
glitching.
everything, man.
I'm glitching.
Right? The kids, they didn't bring their own, home lunch. So I was basically one of the few that had my own, my own lunch. So I would tell them, you know what? It's gonna be this day because we had like a schedule, and we would know what would we be. We would know what was the meal that day, right? So I'll be like, listen, guys, I'm not gonna eat lunch tomorrow, so just bring money, and then I'll give it to you, and then you just go online and you just give me whatever what I like. And then I made a hustle during that. Some days I just didn't want to eat the meal that my mother packed me because I wanted something different because I ate that the night before. So I gave away my snacks and stuff like that for 50 cents, sometimes 75, depending on the value. And then it wasn't a concern until my mother, because the reason why I did that is because every single morning it was a vending machine, and then for the Pop Tarts, the Sunday one, it was 175. So I was stacking up just so I could get that.
Yo, I have the words. I just.
This is I'm like 9, 10,
Okay.
like 8. No, I started when I was like 8, I think, like 8.
The hustle never stops.
I
You just have to
really
explain it
wanted the
over
Pop
because
Tart.
I was confused.
And then I got in trouble. I was like, stop selling your juices or I'm just going to start packing less. So I just divert the money into my bag instead.
Yo, you're a con artist for real. God,
Yeah.
I would just go online and get
Yeah.
it personally. Yeah.
Thank you for all the 75 cents y'all gave me. It's in my piggy bank today.
Wait.
Been stacking up since that day. I don't understand. What was the hustle back then?
Hey, listen.
Yeah, do what you
Hustle is a
gotta do.
hustle. You did that question.
Advice.
Yeah, I guess the last thing is just based off of
Advice.
everything we heard today, including the crazy friendship story, the Dave and Buster story, the outlandish cafeteria activities. What one piece of advice you would give your younger self about what we talked about today?
That's crazy. One piece of advice. I'm have to challenge.
No.
I have to channel mad knowledge into this one
Okay.
statement.
I know. I could say one.
If it has
Wait,
anything to
you
do with
go ahead.
cafeteria
You go
food,
You need a.
No,
you need
I gotta think about how I'm gonna fit all this knowledge.
Okay. So, one piece of advice I'll say, no one tells you the challenges of longer friendships.
That's not one.
No, I'm just saying the piece of advice is that what I could give to my younger self will be advice on how to maintain the longer friendships that you have. Because no one tells you that it's you change with these people, and from what you are today, you were not like that like 8, 10 years ago. So yeah, no one really talks about that. So if I was to sit down my little self, like, listen, you're gonna learn how to make friends and adapt to situations extremely easy because you're used to change and you're always placed in areas and just like stuff in your life that things are always going to be changing. But no one is going to tell you how to maintain the people that are still around you to this day that followed you through all that. So yeah, that's what the advice I'll give to my younger self, because it's always going to be a learning process when it comes to that.
The world was not ready for that one.
Yeah. And honestly, you could get into a humongous argument with your best friend, but then you're still gonna be besties with her. So yeah, there's always gonna be that one argument that's always gonna break it by this much.
I've never argued with my best friends. I just realized that. I've known them since I
That's
was
a good
5.
thing.
And I've never argued.
But you're always gonna argue with your best friend. There's gonna be that one argument that's gonna have you cutting it close by this much. But it's that argument that's gonna bring you guys even closer. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
You need a little bit more time, Dave.
No, I'm good.
What's your advice, my friend?
Quit.
Cause I mean, I don't know about y'all, but ever since I was young, I was always good at math. If the answer isn't, if it's not a net positive, don't worry about it. I'm saying, like, if the answer's not positive, don't worry about it.
Oh.
Hey Siri, what's a net positive? No, let me stop.
Net positive is like, okay. So basically, net positive, you can think about net positive like net worth, right? So you have your assets.
You know net positive?
You have your assets, and if you take away your liabilities from your assets, then you have your net worth.
But I don't need to learn this. I have accounting tomorrow.
This isn't for you.
Listen for you.
This is for the people who aren't studying business.
That would be
So yeah, I mean, net positive, that net worth. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it like that. If it's
Net
not
positive.
net
Net positive.
equals
then
advice. Yeah.
Net positive equals advice. Perfectly said, man. Perfectly said.
Thank you.
I thought he said that.
No, she just said that.
I just
Net
laughed.
positive equals advice. But what's one piece of advice you give your younger self, man?
Don't fight.
That ain't gonna
Just come up with what's something you tell your younger self, man? Just anything. Anything at all.
Friendship wise.
Friendship wise.
Don't take no BS. That's about it.
Real.
That's a real.
Fight them all for any reason.
Word.
I got some advice for my younger self.
Go ahead.
I don't know if it's because I'm still thinking about that situation that I told about, but that's where my advice is coming from. Even if the whole world might be against you, if you know your truth, stand on it.
Real.
stand on business.
Stand on
They're
business.
on business.
Stand on business. Even if
On
even
business.
if you feel like nobody believes you, nobody trusts in you, all that, if you know your truth, I'll tell you something.
Business.
If you know your truth, and if you know what the truth is, stand on your business, no matter who's against you.
Stand on your business.
And there you go.
One
You
more.
say you got
There
one more?
you go.
Alright. How old was I? So 5-year-old me. Yo. When that dude skip you in line, yo, rock him and then weave.
Nice.
Well said. Well
Nice.
said.
Yeah.
Well said. Oh, I'm so heated. Anyways, so I think that wraps up episode 10 of the ABU podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to follow the Instagram at ABU_podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube at I almost said Brooklyn Finance TV again. Subscribe
Look at you.
at subscribe at ABU Podcast YT. Man, I'm talking about that TikTok.
ABU podcast 4 and clips are actually out.
Actually out. ABU Podcast 4. Zay, close us out with our word of the day.
Yeah.
So the word of the day is affinity.
Affinity? Affinity. I'm gonna
Yeah.
Google that word because I don't know how to spell it. But infinity or affinity?
Affinity.
Affinity.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
Affinity.
Go out.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe button up here. Comment down below and watch the latest video. Bye, guys.